me, Butterfly to Light, and I'm here with Sun and Leo, Mars and Taurus. And actually, guys, I'm kind of digging this placement. I really am. Because I feel like, okay, so we have Leo. And Leo is all about the heart. Leo would give you its last when it comes to people that they care about. Money, time, energy, whatever. And when Leos are strong and confident in who they are, it's really no stopping them. But what I've learned along the way is that it's something that Leos have to learn to do. You know, Leos have to learn sometimes to just really be in their power and not make it be about anybody else. You know, whether anybody else is attending to that, accepting of that, or whatever the case may be. You know, it's just being in that power fully on its own. Okay. And on the way there, you know, it could be just various things that Leos could find just well, I want to say that Leos need to pay attention to in order to see exactly what could be stifling them in their power, in their full, to get into their full blown power. Okay. Now, I want to say this. This is an extremely passionate placement. But what happens is if you're not careful, you could let your Mars and Taurus detour you from really going after your passions. It will tone how you get there down. Like, it doesn't cancel it out, it doesn't make it difficult, but what it does is it tones that energy down. You know, and it actually lets you sit back, Leos, and see exactly what direction you're putting your energy towards, how you can channel that energy in a more constructive way. I feel like it gives a Leo its full power in a practical way. And I feel like this is a position for a lot of the stronger Leos that know who they are, but they don't really. A Leo's gonna like a good amount of attention, but this position doesn't really require it like some of the other positions. You see what I'm saying? Like, this position is more like about being comfortable, you know, about being um just in its being of what it has, what it knows, what it does. So it's not really striving to be more than that, or to necessarily have more than that. I'm not saying that it can't. You know, this. I'm not saying this position can't have more than that. It's more along the lines of, okay, no, we're not gonna be just going from one place to the next. All right, this is my focus right now. This is what I'm building. This is what I'm creating. When I'm done with this, I'll move on to the next thing. And I like this position because of that. I like this position because of that. It really gives the Leo a chance to harness its energy, and I see a lot of brave, confident Leos with this position. All right, and don't worry, because if you're feeling like, man, why am I not feeling brave right now? You will get there, because your experiences will allow you to. When you see what you could create and manifest on this plane, it doesn't matter if it's little. You know, you'll start little by little. You start seeing like, hey, you know what? I have a certain amount of power that once I put my focus somewhere, I realize that I gain, whether it's financially or whether it's just like I gain something of value. You know, and you have a lot to offer people. This is a very supportive placement. So you have the ability to see what's going on, like how people are operating, you know, what's making them do what they do, you know, and you can offer some sort of support towards people that may come to you for advice or may need your help on some kind of way. A lot of times it may be physical. Like you may get a lot of people that ask you, hey, can you give me a ride? Or, hey, could you give me a hand with this or that? Hey, can you help me out? You may get that a lot. You may get, just different dealings with people. Like if you're a Leo that does hair or something, you may be known for your quality of work, like how well you do hair. You may be known to have that hand of growth. You ever heard of that? Like when people say, yeah, she got that hand, that growing hands. You may be good with massages, some type of physical therapy. That's what is going more along the lines of when I'm saying helping people in a physical way. Okay. But you have this healing energy because you have the energy of Leo, the sun, the power, and you channel it through Taurus, Venus. And you may be somebody that is a lover of music. Like, for instance, while you're doing hair or you're doing your massage therapy or physical therapy or anything dealing with somebody else, or healing or with people, you may play music, So you may play music because is healing in that, but you may also be a person that's interested in offering music to others, like music or things of beauty, like art. I can't stand when I get interrupted. A phone call came in and it just throws me completely off track. However, you just have the approach. It's like the right touch or something. And you know exactly how to deal with people and work with people unless they get you angry. Like if they get you angry, that's another story. You could get extremely mad. You could get extremely violent and like completely go off. Up until that, you have the patience though. And up until that, you have the patience that you need. With what you're approaching, what you're going after. I feel like this. In a sense, like when you're dealing with Leo energy, like a lot of times people don't really talk about how Leos do like to have things a certain way. And the reason why you like to have things a certain way is because a lot of times Leos, you feel like you know best. It's like, well, look, I know best about this because I'm experiencing it. I know what I'm doing. And like, don't temper with what I got going on. With the Mars and Taurus placement, it makes it even evident that you are going to want to have certain things a certain way. And whenever things are not going that way, it feels like it's putting a damper on your plan. And because it's putting a damper on your plan, it can make you feel, you turn into like a more edgy, judgmental type person. Because then you start judging the fact that, especially when it comes to somebody else, like, look at what you got going on in your life. Why don't you pay attention to that instead of being over here bothering me? And the person is like, well, I'm just offering some sound advice, Leo. But I kind of feel like whenever you're doing that, whenever you feel like you got to take yourself into this zone, you feel like you have a valid reason. So I don't really see why it would be a big problem necessarily. I would just say this. Using this energy in a productive way, you could really channel a lot and like be like the leader of what it is that you're creating. And it could be innovative. It could be new, exciting, something that's different. And you lead it. You lead the people through what it is that you have to offer. And the reason why I say this is because you have the power to do so. Like Mars in Taurus is a manifesting position. And like if I'm talking to the hairdresser out there, I feel like you could go and you could own your own salon and like create it the way that you want, establish it the way that you want, and you will get customers. And you will get customers, you will get the clientele, you will get what you need, And if not, then you should, if you like, let's say you work at somebody else's salon, then choose a place that allows you to be creative, allows you to try out your new ideas because you're going to want to. And it's not just limited to a salon. That is just an example that I'm using. Okay? And you got to remember that it's just about your intention and with this position and how you choose to expand yourself. And another thing with this position can be fixated on morality. So you will go about your exchanges with people based on morality, a moral code. Like, I'm gonna treat you nice, and this is the way that I want to be treated. But when you find people treating you differently than what you feel like you need to be treated, you can really take that personal. Because what'll happen is you'll think to yourself, like, wait, hold up, because why would somebody treat me this way? I wouldn't treat you that way. I wouldn't treat them that way. But the reality of it is that when dealing with people are not really, a lot of times people may not have that same moral code in place. So they're treating you the way that they just treat everybody, or the way that they want to treat you, or they just don't like you. Or they could be jealous of you, whatever the case may be, and you're being nice to them and you're being cordial to them, but in return you feel like, well, you're not doing the same for me. It's because you have to have that awareness, or come to the awareness of, you could give to people. You could present yourself in the best way possible, and there are those people that still won't accept it. So you got to be able to distinguish and draw the line and wake up and awaken to certain things. Like, especially if people are misusing you, taking what you have to offer, but not really giving back in return. You gotta wake up to that, because you want to be on the winning side of things. Okay. But all in all, I'm not really having a problem with this placement. I think it's great. And I feel like, if anything, if you are a Leo with this position and you feel like you struggle with sitting in your power and exerting your power in a healthy way, then you got to be willing to push past those things and become aware of and push past those things that's keeping you stagnant and holding you back from expressing yourself, from trying your new ideas, from being your creative expression. And it could be tradition, because, you may want to dye your hair blue, but traditionally, or your family may say, nah, we can't have you with blue hair because, you're representing us. We didn't raise you like that. Another example, but this may be the time for you to stand up and say, well, you know what? I'm an adult. I can wear my hair blue. I can be with the person that I want to be with. And the thing about it is, like I said, it's reasons to everything. You just got to see what that is. You got to see, are you being treated the way that you are? Are you being treated in a way that you are wanting to be, or feel like you deserve to be treated? In a job, in a relationship, because you deserve better, you deserve more, and you got to stand up to that, and you got to own that. And all in all, this placement is really, really good for somebody that is a powerful leader in some type of political arena, even in, like, let's say that you are some type of wealthy restaurant owner, or well-known restaurant owner, or hair designer, or musician, or just anybody. It could be a doctor. It doesn't really matter. Anyone that can add some type of insight or value into somebody else's life. I really could see this position with somebody that experienced a great deal growing up, or within a relationship with somebody, or just with people in general, and then they turn around and they say, hey, you know what? I want to prevent this from happening to other people, because I seen what it was to experience this firsthand, and I have something that I want to offer. With this position, find something that you're passionate about that you want to offer others, okay, and make it work for yourself. All in all, yeah, and you're attracted to people that has that traditional aspect to themselves. Like, you want the flowers, you want the poetry, you want to be dated, and you want to do these things for other people. Okay? You like to have fun, but you just expect a bit of humility when it comes to dealing with others and how you pursue things. Okay? So, I'm going to stop right there, and this has been Taurus Sun, Leo Sun, Mars, and Taurus. All right. Peace.